organized for you. This is the second lesson in this series, and I believe you get a lot from the first lesson. We are going to continue with our topic, bearings and distances. And at the end of the class, you are expected, or you should define bearing, state two methods of presenting bearing angles, use the method to show direction. That is the two methods you have learned here in presenting bearing to show directions. When we talk about bearing, what actually do we mean by bearing? But before I delve into this, let's recap what we studied in the first lesson. In our first lesson, we looked at how to give directions using the cardinal points. We agreed that there are four primary cardinal points: the north, the south, the east, and the west. Between one primary cardinal point and the other, the angle between them is 90 degrees. We also have the secondary cardinal directions. And in this one, the angle between the north and the northeast is 45 degrees. So, with a brief explanation of that, we can now go into what bearing actually is. A bearing is an angle describing the location of position of an object. It can be an object, a place, or a person in a plane from a reference point measured in clockwise direction. So when we are talking of bearing, we are talking of an angle describing location. By location, we mean position of an object. An object could be a person, it could be a place in a plane. But what we mean by a plane is anything that could be measured in two dimensions, x, y axis. That is what we mean by plane. And another point to stress there is that a reference point is taken into consideration. And bearings are measured in clockwise direction. Now, what are the ways of measuring bearings? There are two ways in which bearings can be measured. Number one, we have the acute angle or compass bearing. Number two, we have the surveyor's or three-digit bearing. When we talk of acute angle bearing, what really do we have in mind? The bearing of an acute angle, the bearing is an acute angle when it is less than 90 degrees. Because we know that an angle that is less than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. And this type of bearing is taken between the primary cardinal points. We have already explained what the primary cardinal points are. I may talk of the north and the eastern direction. That is, if you have something in this form, you have this is the northern direction, you have this. If I'm taking the bearing this way, and then this is the eastern direction. So a point located here is measured between the north and the eastern direction. An example using this acute angle bearing, we have a diagram here. The question is this. The diagram is, the question is state the bearing of A, this is A, from B as an acute angle bearing from the diagram. Now, if you look at this diagram carefully, this is the northern direction, and I've told you earlier that all bearings are taken in clockwise direction. So turning from here to this point, you look at a point and you see A. So A is here, and the bearing of A from B is 56 degrees. So your answer will be, since the turning is from the north to the east, you write the bearing of A from B is, you see the northern direction where I started comes first, then 56 degrees, then towards the east. So it means you are going to turn towards from the north to the east 56 degrees. That is the bearing as required in this diagram. We have question number 2. Question number 2 says, Kuje is 6 kilometers from Gogolada on a bearing of south of 62 degrees southwest. Let me take it again. Kuje is 6 kilometers from Gogolada on a bearing of 62 degrees southwest. I show this diagrammatically. What is the bearing of Gogolada from Kuje? Now, look at the diagram here. Our reference point here is Gogolada. So we start from Gogolada and then we put the direction here. We are told that Kuje is 6 kilometers from Gogolada on a bearing of 62 degrees southwest. So I draw the line, then the angle here is 62 degrees in the southwest direction. This is the western direction. So turning from the south, you get to the west 62 degrees. And the orientation of the line from there to Kuje is 6 kilometers. So the first question says I should show this diagrammatically. This is the diagram as required in I. So when you turn 62 degrees southwest, you will see Kuje 6 kilometers away from Gogolada. Then what is the bearing of Gogolada from Kuje? Now our reference point now is Kuje, while we are taking the bearing from Gogolada. Now we said that all bearings are taken in the north, in clockwise direction, starting from the north point, northern cardinal point. So it means that when you turn from the north towards the east this way, you will now see Gogolada at this point. And this angle and this one are alternate angles. So this angle is 62 degrees. But you will see the direction has changed. So the direction is northeast now. So we conclude that the solution to II is the bearing of Gogolada, which is indicated by G, from Kuje, indicated by K, is 62 degrees northeast. So this one now this question includes the distance between Gogolada and Kuje, and it also indicates the bearing. Now question number 3. State the bearing given in the diagram below. Now there is a point here. There is an angle here measured from the primary cardinal point east towards the south, and this angle is 78 degrees. The question says we should state the acute angle bearing of this diagram. Now, we know that from the south to the east, the angle is 90 degrees. So, if this angle is 78 degrees, what we have to do is to subtract 78 degrees from 90 and we get 12 degrees. Because all the turning must be done through the northern direction. That is the north and the southern direction. So taking the angle from here this way will give us 12 degrees. So the bearing of this point is 12 degrees southeast. The objective. Okay, so we have looked at the acute angled bearing method of stating bearing angles. We now want to look at the second way in which you can present bearing. And that way is called the three-digit bearing. Remember, I told you earlier that there are two ways of measuring bearing. You have the acute angle bearing or the compass bearing method. Then we have the three-digit bearing method, also called the surveyor's bearing. It is used by both surveyors, pilots, and sailors in their journeys. So they use this method to measure their bearing. Now, what do we mean by three-digit bearing? A three-digit bearing is just a bearing given to conform with the 360 degrees angles which are formed at, which is the sum of the angles at a point. Now, if I have, an example is this, if a bearing is measured as 4 degrees, in three-digit bearing we will write this as 004 degrees, so that the 3 zeros here conforms with this arrangement here. That is why it is called three-figure bearing. Now, so example 1 illustrates how a three-figure bearing for 4 degrees can be recorded. It will be recorded as 004 degrees. The second one is this. Write the bearings in the tables as three-digit bearing. Look at the case like this. Position A is 63 degrees northeast. If you look at this, let's consider a diagram to illustrate this so that we fill in the space which we are required to work on. I have this, and we are told that this position A is 63 degrees northeast. It means this position is located here, A. Let's call the origin, the point of reference O. And when you turn from the north this way, this is 63 degrees. So, for you to state this as a three-digit bearing, it will be 063 degrees. So, this is the three-digit bearing format of a compass or acute angle bearing. Now, if you have this one, let's call this one I. Let's call this one I. Now, if you have this one, it means if the person is so this is where you see point B, and then turning this way, you are going to turn, because this is the eastern direction, this is the north. So here is 25 degrees. But we have agreed that all bearings are taken in clockwise direction. So this means the bearing you are going to read, you start from the north and turn this way to this point. So the bearing of this will now be 180 degrees minus 25 degrees. This will give us 155 degrees. So the bearing there is 155 degrees. This is already 3 digits, so it conforms with that. That answers question number 2. Let's look at another question that may also be given in this form. With the help of the diagrams below, write down the bearings of x from y, and the second one is y from x. If you look at this, we are to take the first one. The first one is the bearing of x from y. Now, this is x from y. So the bearing there is 56 degrees. You don't need to write any other thing. The bearing of x from y is 0.56 degrees. You can see this now stated as a 3-digit bearing. So we are expected to take this in 2 ways. The second one, the bearing of y from x. Now, if you come to this point, look at this. We create the North Pole here, and then this. Now, we know clearly that the angle between this going down, the angle here is 56 degrees, because this angle is alternate to this angle. So, this is the southern direction. So, the angle when you turn from this point till you get to this point will now be the bearing is 180 degrees plus 56 degrees, which is equal to 236 degrees. So the bearing of y from x is 236 degrees, because turning from the north direction before you get to this point, you see y at 236 degrees. Now the second question, if you look at the second diagram, we are to follow the same method to get the bearing of x from y and also the bearing of y from x. So, stop and continue. So, from here, if you look at the diagram B, the bearing of x from y is 156 degrees. When you look now B, I part of question B, the bearing of y from x we take this. So when we look at this angle, the complement of this angle here is 24 degrees. So the angle here is 24 degrees. So now, when you turn in this direction for you to get to see this, so in B, I, the bearing of Y from X is 360 degrees minus 24 degrees. And this will give us 336 degrees. So with this now, I believe you have learned something concerning bearing, most especially the definition of a bearing, how to take these two major distances between points using bearing, and also how to use the acute angle bearing and the 3-digit bearing. Thank you.